did there.
Yeah.
Okay, I see what you did there. And that will be the end of that one with the Flying Fish taking that in a 2-1 result.
Yeah. I mean, shows how balanced these teams are. That was great. That was a great set to watch. And also, I'm pretty sure Flying Fish was coming off a loss and Barnacles was coming off a win. So, if my memory serves me correctly. So, yeah, this group's going to get very interesting to see who takes out those top 2 spots. And
very quickly.
Hopefully, we just don't have any ties that we have to deal with.
No. If everyone can just form an orderly line of best to worst, that would make it very easy for us to push them into the next round. But that's why we do a play all of 3. We make sure that they have a chance to play all the games so we can see these guys play and they don't get knocked out 2-0. And that third match comes really important, even if you're losing, to get you through group stage.
There's a big difference between a 3-0 and a 2-1 when it comes down to tiebreakers. So.
Yes, yeah, exactly. So we have some more retweets coming in from the side there. Thanks Seb Pro, one of our Smash players from Australia as well. He likes to tune in a bit of Splatoon, so that's great to see. Dunny from WA. Cheers, Dunny. And then we have new guys. The last time we ran this, we just had, all of the community kind of chipping in, but it's really good.
Everywhere now.
Yeah, we're not going to know half these people, and it's great. Thank you for coming in and stopping by.
Yeah, if you're enjoying it, throw us a follow, and we'll be hosting more tournaments. So come check us out, and if you like it, keep coming back. Yeah,
that's it. This won't be our last tournament. This is our entryway into the North American scene. We have the rest of the world to look after as well, so we'll introduce Australia to as many people as we can.
Yeah.
So who's next for the next match?
Yeah, so we're going back to the other group, Group B, I think it is.
Group B, Group 2.
Yeah, whichever one.
2B.
Letters
Roman numeral II. Yep.
So we're picking up. We're gonna watch 9. Our inspiration, and
we'll get him to commentate, and I'll hop on. I'll play.
Yeah. Or he could probably commentate himself playing.
Yeah, exactly. We'll just everyone go over to his stream. No, stay here.
He'll be taking on Arashi and Hammerheads, who we saw earlier.
Yep.
So yeah, it should be good.
Cool. So we'll see if Arashi has had any more issues with his internet. Hopefully that's not the case.
Hopefully
not. We've just seen that previous game with both Power and Fish, and there wasn't an issue there.
Hopefully all the issues are done with, and we can get some
ironed out.
Good.
Just first game jitters. The internet didn't know how to deal with it. It was a bit too much pressure.
Australian internet won.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that's it. Usually we're being hosted by them, so we have to deal with that.
Yeah.
So it's good to how does it feel?
All right. Well, as we're waiting for the players to come in, maybe we'll bring up the next maps and have a look at what round 3 has in store for us.
So who have we got? It's Great Whites.
Great Whites and Hammerheads.
And Hammerheads, and we're loading the round 3 of maps. Am I correct?
Yes, you're always correct.
And yours correct.
Even when you're wrong.
Yeah.
Okay, so Muscle Forge Fitness Rainmaker.
Mm-hmm.
Easy to get a quick score on this one. If you can get a pop and a quick run up the right hand side, up the ramp, you can get a decent push pretty quickly.
Yeah, there's a lot of ways to get there, but once you're in that final right hand lane and trying to push up that ramp, it becomes very narrow. And there's a lot of little trick ways to kind of get in and around that area.
And I think the other option of getting to the podium is that incline, and that's a really tough push. So I'm expecting to see the teams go to sponge and push right. That's
it. And we saw Fish having a jolly good time on that sponge in Port Mackerel.
Yeah.
He was there forever. Maybe it's an NA talent. Maybe it's something that they practice. They have sponge drills.
Sponge drills. Who knows? I guess we'll learn more as we continue to watch. But then we've got zones on Skipper, which will be again another interesting one. It's a strange map, really, isn't it?
Yeah. So it is symmetrical.
Yeah,
but it's not. It's
not like a traditional.
It's not forward and back.
No,
you have to run right a lot or left and you do have a right-hand side advantage for the peekers. So if there's going to be any charges come out, which in this comp we could see both Luke and Link bring out charges. So the right-hand side gets a little bit of an advantage, but I'd hesitate to say that that would be the deciding factor in that map.
Yeah. And then, of course, Gobi Arena and tower control.
Okay, yeah.
And a challenging one because I think once you're through the first checkpoint, then the tower moves up onto the plat, which can be a challenging point. And if you fall off there, it's really hard to get back up onto the tower. So
yeah, it is. And that middle area there is the closest thing you have to Smash Bros. Final destination. It's just this flat area with little to hide behind it, and you really see range come into effect. And a bit of skill as far as dodging in 2v1s in that middle bit. So it really comes down to that raw mechanical skill in that bloodbath center, and then once you kind of get up, it becomes about positioning in there as well.
Yeah, I've just got a note from our lovely Tio.
Yep.
That the Hammerheads and Dolphins are still finishing up their round 2 game, so might give us a chance to take a really short break and then come back to you with round 3.
Yep, sounds good. Great, guys. So we're going to take a quick 3-minute break.
Yep.
Wait for these guys to finish, and we'll be back. Do not go anywhere. We are Ramboaz and Checkers, and this is the Firetail Invasion Tournament.
They say history is written by the victor's soul. I don't mind playing the villain.
All right, guys, we are back and we have a banger music selection going on in the background. We've got some good tunes, so make sure you sit around and have a listen to those.
Yeah, we hope you've been enjoying them during
As
the break.
much as we have. That last one was great. This one's a bit chill. All right, that's enough of that. Let's get back into some serious Splatoon business.
Yeah, it looks like the teams are in the lobby, so we can get it going. So maybe if we bring up our map lists so I can remember what map to put in, that would be very helpful. Let's have a look.
Just want to point out here, guys, this Swifty talking over here, really stoked with the reception for this piece. Talk about a passionate community. So what happened there, right, is we got some press for this tournament, and really it became the discussion about our community as a whole, how inclusive we are and how much of an underdog we are in comparison to the scene and all the other big esport games out there. And as soon as that was published, we just had all of AUNZ and maybe even some of NA just kind of jump on that and share and retweet and like and getting behind the article and trying to, pump up the scene. And we've seen Dude talk about it, if you want the scene to grow, you got to make content, you got to get behind it.
Yeah.
And you really got to just, promote it as well as you can. So
yeah, there's such a good community here through Ocean Inc. and just the AUNZ scene in general. That makes it so easy for us to do something like this.
Oh yeah, that's it. Yeah,
we've got all the support and backing from them, and really appreciate their work as well.
Shout out to the Ocean Inc. community, who is the grassroots movement of Splatoon to begin with. And I heard the warning bells go off, so
the ding,
the ding. So let's go, guys. Let's get into this next match. Versus the Great Whites and the Hammerheads. We have 9 versus Arashi in Rainmaker Muscle Forge Fitness. Let's have a look at what colours they are. We are looking at green and blue. Blue is the Great Whites and green is the Hammerheads. Perfect.
Excellent.
Let's get into this, guys.
See Murray on that trusty dynamo.
And look at Arashi come out with that Splash 7. Now that's a very good pick because that hammer and that sploosh are both capable of popping the Rainmaker very quickly.
Yep, and it's fast moving.
Ooh.
Luke just missing out. And picks up
Oh,
Arashi.
Luke taking Arashi. I'm so sorry, but every time you take a shot like that, we got to watch that replay. Look at this. He's getting a few uneven shots, and all of a sudden, boom! Arashi pops out of nowhere.
And the interesting thing about Luke, as he runs the Rainmaker, is he plays handheld, so
Yeah, he does, doesn't he?
not many people do.
Oh, River taking out a double kill here, looking for that triple kill.
Jack
and
picking him off.
Jack coming to take out and says, no, thank you.
Oh, there's a
Oh,
hammer.
the hammer! Oh, Arashi comes out. And he's trying to get that pop
get that pop.
instantly as well. And can he throw off to Enden? Oh, it was a good spot to throw.
Now, though. Oh, and Luke.
Arashi's
stuck
in a tough spot
spot.
here, but this is where he thrives, except when he doesn't thrive and Luke takes... That's 2 for Luke. Taking out Arashi there. So that's a 64 push coming out from the Great Whites. Luke looking now at Bridge and Rain coming in. He's going to have to move from outside of his position. No, he's just managed to step to the side, and Arashi's coming around. Hopefully to hunt down Luke again.
Yeah, to see how these Hammerheads go on their push as the Ray comes out from Luke.
Luke's
very adept at that.
Cookie thinking...
Luke's dancing his way through the mid.
If we can just take down that splash wall, I can get the guy behind it. And the splash wall thinking he could, stay there forever. It's a temporary shield at best.
Hammerheads picked up the lead, but probably still in a position that easy to take back for the Great Whites.
Yep, definitely.
Haven't quite got it up onto that ramp yet.
Now they're electing to leave the Rainmaker just there while they pop the armor and hopefully get a bit of a bit of turf back.
Yeah, they need to get that control and then mount their push.
Grab a pick or two. Oh, and there's been a trade there. Good 2-on-1 coming out from Great Whites. And I love their tag.
Yeah, the GW looks quite nice.
It's a very
clean.
cool tag. We might have to use that for future Great White tournaments. 9, going for a bit of a run, son, by himself. Unfortunately, got picked up. Hammerheads were in good position there to not let anything sneak past them. Now, it looks like the turf control's coming out from the Hammerheads. They're mounting a good push here, but the specials are coming back out from Luke, to instantly stop that Rainmaker push.
Oh, they've moved up onto the ramp, and here they go, down to 25.
Ooh.
I wondered if that booyah came out a bit early, but obviously gave them enough time to push. And 9 on the blob.
9 says no river. No river. Take the bubbles. He's just electing to paint a bit of space up, give his team a bit of breathing room.
And the blob are really effective weapon on Rainmaker.
Yeah, it is.
Pops that very quickly.
Yep. Oh, River being spot out from behind. He's got 2 people to deal with, but manages to block the blobs. And we'll never see what happened at the end of that team fight.
The hammer getting thrown into the middle there.
Arashi says hi. Oh, the little peak is just waiting for pixels to pop out from the top. But I think after that first shot was fired, it was a warning that he needed to duck back behind that pedestal.
You don't want to stand there twice.
No. You're just asking for it at that point. Luke, it looks like it's him and 9 trying to take out this Rainmaker. I don't know where the rest of the Hammerheads are. There must be...
Yeah.
Oh, there you go. Cookie's directly behind? Oh, no. Okay, I thought Cookie was going to throw that directly behind the wall, but all good. Murray doing a bit of damage here. There's a bit of chip damage. I can hear it, but I can't see any splats go off. What's going on?
Murray, a great Dynamo player.
Yeah.
A lot of fun to watch.
One of AUNZ's best Dynamo, if not the best.
Yeah. It's probably a couple players who might have something to say about that, but...
We'll host a 1v1 soon.
Yeah.
Or Arashi getting taken out as soon as he brings that hammer out. He gets the pop, but the rest of the... I think they're hyper aware of what Arashi can do with that hammer.
They are. We've managed to get one Arashi hammer on stream so far. Oh, nice pick by Luke there.
Luke taking out Cookie there. And every time as a charger you get that first kick, you just get that white line fever. Like, what if I just take out another person? Ooh. Shots coming out. Now this is their last push. There's only 3 seconds left. 9 has to be very careful with the rain.
Just got caught out by that bomb, I think.
It was good placement from River. And Hammerheads will take that first game.
Yeah, Great Whites didn't have the map control at that time. Obviously they had to pick it up. It was overtime, but couldn't quite make it work.
And what are we seeing here? Cookie taking out that top spot. Arashi coming out with 4 hammers and just keeping up that pressure.
Yeah, and Luke on the charge for the Great Whites was doing some good work there.
Doing some good work. So now we go into our second match. Hammerheads taking out that first one of Splat Zones. So Splat Zones skipper, you have to go down the entire stage into the dance floor down the bottom. And it's very similar to Gobi, where it's that murder dance floor.
Yeah, and you just don't know where they're going to come from, if they're going to come from that middle section or come all the way down the bottom through the plat where a lot of the fighting happens.
And there's a sneaky jump between the 2 big statues that sit in the middle there that are ripe for Slayers to get behind with either bombs or just to drop down and get up in their faces.
Yeah, that's right. It's a challenging map. It's unlike any other map, and see how these teams can adjust to that. Mm-hmm. A lot of open space to hammer though.
Yep. A lot of open space. So we'll see if the tower control, they're going to bring out that sploosh, because the sploosh is quite hard to shoot from underneath to get people on the tower, but it's still great for turf control.
You mean for Gobi? This is zones. This is zones, my man.
Yeah. Oh, sorry. This is zones. This is zones. It changes everything. Yeah, that sploosh is definitely coming out.
Well, yeah. It'll be interesting to see what comps do come out. The Great Whites, you expect Luke to continue to play charger. It's what he's good at.
Definitely. No, he's doing a good job at that as well. So that's the warning bell for the next match. We're getting into Great Whites versus Hammerheads in the Invasion Tournament. We are looking at Splat Zones on
Skipper Pavilion.
Skipper Pavilion. Okay, and we have the Hammerheads coming out as green and the Great Whites coming out as purple. We're seeing this mid fight. Look at 2 of them trying to take out Luke already in the mid, and you'll see the lack of paint come out from purple because they were probably trying to help Luke.
Yeah, and Arashi's gone for that Kenset L3 with the hammer, so...
Oh, there it is. He
Picks up
didn't even
Murray.
swing it. He jumps up and just holds the hammer in the air. Oh, what an absolute special fest.
Didn't you see the lightning come from the gods and strike the hammer and pick up Murray?
Oh, that's great. Oh, Murray,
nice.
Unfortunately, going a little bit aggressive with that, and Cookie just
And
taking
he's having
out
a really
two.
nice tournament.
Cookie has done a great job there, taking out two of the big Australian players. With Murray trying to take a peek out here first. Boom, taken out by that. And then Cookie rolls to take that second shot. Now they've taken the lead here, 79 to what looks like 60 points. Another Arashi Hammy coming out. Arashi has been taken out, unfortunately, without a kill in his book.
Booyo comes out and they're trying to secure that zone.
Now Cookie manages to get off a range just before they die, so that should keep the paint in the zone.
Bomb Rush is going to get them the zone there.
Yeah.
And they put a penalty on the Hammerheads, so Great White's in control now.
Yes, and they've only got a small penalty to work through, so Arashi's trying to look at that hammer. Oh, the shot comes out from Luke. I thought
How did the hammer not get him?
He shot through the hammer and takes out Arashi. There's going to be a rivalry between Luke and Arashi there here.
Oh, no,
Couldn't
we
even
missed it.
see right at the end because it happened too quickly. Oh, what a shot has been taken out. Oh.
Great White's back in control and trying to get down, take the lead. River pushing middle with Cookie and Arashi. Good.
They're
Good
trying.
specials.
Yeah, Murray's really trying to keep that position. It's a great zone for.
Needs to watch the flank though.
Well, he's been taken out by River behind him. A former teammate of his knows how he plays. It's a great map for the Dynamo in general, though. There's a lot of
Yeah,
space
you
and a
can-
lot of different angles for him to try and.
Hang up on that wall as well. Or River almost becoming chicken dinner.
Definitely not a winner. Just straight out chicken dinner for him.
Yeah, and both teams doing a pretty good job of trying to use their specials to push in.
And Murray behind that wall again gets taken out, unfortunately. And Hammerheads have taken the lead. Now we have to see if they can mount a push in the next 20 seconds. It's not a lot of time for a team to come back from splat zones.
No, they're looking like they're going to struggle here. They need to go quickly, otherwise...
Murray
this
has to
one's
take a
over.
pick out. Unfortunately, Murray's probably got two more shots. Oh, sorry, Luke's got two more shots in him.
Arashi doing some work there at the end, I think.
Not enough. Hammerheads take that 2-0 so far, with the final match coming up very soon. And what a slogfest between the two. It really came down to the use of specials that took out that fight. I think Hammerheads did a better job using the specials to kind of to take the zone and keep the zone.
Yeah,
to
they
counter
coordinated
pushes.
well. The bomb rush was definitely helping as well.
Yes. Yeah, that bomb rush you don't see in many weapons.
No, it's definitely handy for zones. As long as you have enough room to use it without getting taken out, then it's very effective of flipping that zone quickly.
Yeah, it seemed like he was using it as a counter push measure. So he already had the turf around him to swim around to get that mobility, and he was just putting down all these bombs everywhere as a way to stop the rain, to stop the booyah bombs and everything else coming in. So we've got one more match for you guys in the group stages before we see the semi-finals come out and the top two from each group. Group 1, Group A, Group I. Who the top two are coming out of that. And Group 2, Group B, and Group II. We'll see who comes out of those ones as well.
Yeah, and I'll just post a link to the challenge bracket.
Yes, we haven't
In
set up
stream.
a exclamation bracket right now. I apologize for that. A lot of effort has gone in and around this. But our Twitch page, we will make sure for our next tournament has that up and running.
And so if we have a look at that quickly while we're waiting for the game to get underway. In Group A, so there's currently a match going on between the Alligators and the Barnacles. If the Barnacles can win that, then they'll they'll make our lives difficult because there'll be a tie-break situation. So it depends on what the score turns out to be in that.
Great, we'll have to make some calculations there too.
Yeah, but if the Alligators can get that victory, then they'll go through undefeated and bring with them the Flying Fish.
Okay, all right, cool.
We've got a game to go still here.
But we got one more game to watch here, guys. And we're looking at green and orange.
Luke picking up Cookie early on here.
Yeah.
See if the Grey Whites can assert some dominance on the back of that. Just get the colours switched around the other way, and Luke standing amongst many bombs in this.
And electing to be very aggressive as well as that Charger and River, knowing that he shouldn't be there and pushing him. Oh, we have
Hammerheads all moving in tandem.
3v1.
Synchronized swimming in the ink there.
Yeah, that's it. It's what you expect from a bunch of Hammerheads, really.
Yeah.
Circle their prey in numbers, in large numbers.
A few synchronized leg kicks, I reckon. As well.
That's it. Synchronizing their pumps. Ooh, Cookie's been taken out.
Jack just... Oh, nice pick by Arashi on the...
Jack unfortunately escaped that. And Arashi keeping that paint up. Oh, he's so much chip damage, and unfortunately it's just too much chip damage. Taken out by Murray right at the end there. Murray, is he in a safe position here? Oh, he's electing for... He's taken out Arashi with that jump, and there's one behind him.
Murray, he's standing between all of them and still managing to survive.
And that's one of the downsides to the Dynamo, is that it's got the range, but it's a very slow
mobility,
flick.
Yeah. Needs a bit more mobility.
But Murray has a good flick to him, so he shouldn't have had too much trouble there. Luke hopping on that tower a bit prematurely, and River throwing those soda sloshes coming in from the left-hand side. 9 taking him out, which is what they needed to do. Unfortunately, gets taken out by the Booyah from Link, who's on the heavy remix. Ooh, takes out Murray as well. That's double from Link.
Yeah, he sees one over to the left, so if he can pick up a third.
He's pushing up with that heavy remix. He knows he can be a bit more aggressive if they got that map control, but he's got to be careful of Luke because you've got the minimum amount of movement.
Murray spotted him. Oh, he's jumped straight into the Stingray.
He's been chip damaged to high heaven.
Oh.
Unlucky. The 12 HP per second was enough to keep him in the game. We have River jumping into the middle. Looks like a safe jump. And Jack gets taken out. That 2v1 situation. He probably shouldn't have jumped down from the... Oh, double Booyah coming out. Probably shouldn't have jumped down from the platform when you didn't have the turf control.
Yeah, that's right. That's what we talked about. It's challenging in this middle bit if you don't have control of that ink.
Now Link is and commentator's curse, I was just going to say how well Link is doing, and Jack manages to take that out quite quickly. But Link was looking really comfortable in mid, maybe a bit too comfortable, trying to push up and trying to just take the one-on-ones because he can.
He needs to be somewhat aggressive when they have the tower and try and get up top left maybe and apply pressure there. It's...
Ooh, Murray coming out with a flick against Arashi, and that's the lead for the Great Whites, who say no, I'm not going to lose 3-0.
Nice pick from
And commentator's curse comes out again, and they get wiped. There's one Rapid Pro left. Who is on the Rapid Pro? They're also dead.
I'm not sure. might be 9.
Yep, I did see that. You're right, it is 9. So there's 2 sitting on the tower.
Bounce back and forth. They get to 62.
With 2 swipes, Murray manages to orange that entire section of his Dynamo.
And not unsurprisingly, this tower's just bouncing back and forth in the bottom section. No one's quite being able to assert dominance enough to get it past that checkpoint.
Yeah, 62-61. That's a close game now. Did they manage to get to 61 and bounce back?
No, I think they only just got to 62, but
okay,
they were right there.
Okay. River's been taken out by that Booyah Bomb. It's now a 3v4 situation for the Hammerheads. Now Arashi still keeping up the pressure. He doesn't want to drop back that pressure. He thinks he can take a one-on-one against some of AUNZ's finest. And I've got a feeling he's going to be able to take that off with...
Gets the assist help from Link.
The 2v1, and in his defense...
There's the lead.
There it is. Hammerheads have taken it.
So now Arashi's going to have to get on that tower because no one else can get to it at the moment. Oh, there you go. The jump comes in from River.
The stealth jump coming out from River. Is that stealth jump? Oh, look at him. He's dancing. He's just tiptoeing left to right side. Ooh, Luke taking out Cookie with a beautiful shot.
10 seconds to go, and the Great White's going to have to ride this all the way back to 38 if they're going to get a win here.
It's not undoable. It's not impossible to get this done. They've got to really secure that left-hand side. If they can't secure it, they're just going to get sloshed.
Yeah, they're going to get sloshed from behind.
Luke manages to take out Cookie, hides behind for the Booyah Bomb, stays alive.
Oh.
Unfortunately, it's not enough. And can someone hop? No, Niners.
Waiting for the jump. That was fantastic.
Oh, unfortunately, we saw right at the end there, Luke trying to dance around. It wasn't enough.
Look at Arashi just hunting this jump.
9 coming in right at the end and still getting taken out. So that's a 3-0 for the Hammerheads.
Yeah, we
Link.
saw Link doing some good work there, and not surprising that he tops the kills.
Yes, yeah, exactly. So that's a pretty convincing win from the Hammerheads.